Hello, Eagles fans. We're continuing to preview the CMU volleyball season for 2024. I'm here with Coach Lee. Hopefully, the first question I got to ask you is: it's been almost a decade that you've been here in Fayette. What has just that experience been like for you?
It's been different. I mean, coming here as an assistant, I really would have never thought that this was a place that I was going to call home and stay for so long. And honestly, I really didn't even think the opportunity for being the head coach would come open as quickly as it did. Allison had been here for so long and was a friend and a mentor, but then whenever the job came open, we had so much success here. Obviously, Dr. Parisi was a huge part of me wanting to step into that role, and it's just worked out from there.
And what have been some of your building philosophies just to build such a consistently high competitive team?
I think it's all about expectations, and it's also about recruiting competitive kids. I always tell kids in the process, I hate losing at anything. On the academic side, I always want us to be top of the campus in terms of GPA. I always want us to be top of the conference. Our goal every single year is to go to the national tournament. So I think recruiting girls who have those same goals and that same competitive edge, wanting to win in everything that we do, makes it easy to train in here because they're constantly focused on getting better and doing what we need to stay at the level that we've been at for so long.
I don't know, you're talking about players that are competitive. I know Rita and Annabelle fall into that category. What has it been like to have them take up even more of a leadership role with three of your major senior kill leaders graduating?
I mean, Annabelle has been in that group, honestly, since her freshman year. We were lucky enough after my 2019 campaign, whenever we won the conference tournament and then actually won a pool at nationals, we had enough local kids who were really, really talented playing in my club that we were able to bring in kids that we knew would continue the culture over a long period of time. Obviously, Crystal and Callie were a big part of that, but Annabelle fit in right as soon as she got here, and she was another one of those kids that we've had since probably 15's year. So she's always continued that culture. She always wants herself to be better, wants her teammates to be better. Rita was just a pleasant surprise, and honestly, I think last year taking off with the ACL tear was good for her to see the game from a different angle, and she was really another voice on the bench, and I think the girls developed the trust in her last year. Whenever they would come off the floor, her telling them what shots were open, her leading the bench and then into the huddles, really developed that trust with the girls this year to where they want to do what the other girls are asking because they know how important it is to be bought in, and they know that the process works because they've done it before.
I think you've already gotten to see some of it in your first three matches, but maybe somebody that you feel like is a breakout candidate that maybe people don't know around here enough, and they're going to really show themselves.
I mean, there's a lot of them. There are two who honestly haven't been seen at all. We had some early season injuries. They competed in the scrimmage at Columbia College where we did very, very well, probably the best that we've ever played Columbia College. And then after that, they've been out. Hoping to see at least one of them this weekend. I think Mia is going to be a huge surprise to people. She trained with us all spring. Obviously, we lost the middle last season. She's a big-time point scorer. And then from the setting position, we have a couple freshmen who have learned the offense extremely quickly. They play great defense. Our girls trust them to put a ball in the right spot. So I think people are going to be really surprised from an overall standpoint of how we run our offense this year, because it's going to be really different than what people have seen in the past.
And you've got a lot of matches upcoming this week. What are some things you want to achieve as a team?
We want to win. We want to win at home. That was one of the girls' goals this year is we want to put on a show for our crowd. This weekend's going to be about as tough as it gets because we've got MOBAP, Columbia, Texarkana, who had a really, really good season last year, Bethel, who has already beat a top 25 opponent in Montana Tech. So it's going to be tough for us, but I think we just want to see what we're capable of. Our opening weekend was good to get our feet wet, especially for having so many new faces in the lineup. And now I think we want to be tested. I think they actually want to see what we're capable of and what level we can really play at.
My last question is what do you think it's going to take for a group like this to take the next step, get back to winning conference tournaments, be more of a national contender when you get to the tournament time? What is it going to take for that group to really gel?
Honestly, just improving every day. I mean, we are so good right now and we are so talented, but we're so new. So it's really just getting to know each other. They're building trust every single day. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see that we are such a new group because the dynamic in the gym is just amazing. They want to do well for each other, but there are just little things, communication-wise, mechanics-wise, that some of these girls just haven't been trained on in the past, drills in practice that they haven't seen before. So I think it's just going to come with time. There's nothing right now that I feel we are missing from a talent perspective or from a play perspective that would keep us out of the national tournament. We just have to peak at the right time. And the last couple seasons, I feel like we've been so connected and so returner heavy that we peak early in the season. Other teams continue to get better. We kind of just glide, knowing how talented we are and that we thinking that we can turn it on at the right time, and it hasn't happened. So I'm most excited about this group, seeing what level of volleyball we're actually playing at the end of the season.
Well, thank you so much, Coach.
Yep, thanks for having me.